Hi guys, welcome. Hi everyone, thank you for joining. Oh, look at this, Easter eggs already. This is one of my most favorite chocolates, Lindt chocolate. I especially like white Lindt chocolate, but I just wanted to tease you all with some Easter eggs first. So hello to and welcome to Connie, the first one in chat today. Welcome Connie, Helen, Rochelle, Abby, Pam. Hi guys, Holly, hi. Oh, who else have we got down here? I saw someone else pop in there. Becky, hi. Dusty, hi. Beth, hello. Maya, hello. Guys, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining. Joey, also Jan, Kelly, Lynn, fantastic. Laura, wonderful to have you all here today. Big thank you to Jennifer Zimmermann for giving us a freebie image to color today. This is a beautiful image of the Bird of Paradise flower. So we're going to be doing a tutorial from Jennifer Zimmermann's new book, The Secrets of Coloring 2. Hi Shadow, she's here to say hello. Are you saying hello? Quick then. Quick before we get started. Jennifer's book is out on Amazon. Let me pop up the link here. If you would like a copy of this image, it is only going to be available for 48 hours from now. So I will be removing it from the links that have been supplied in my Facebook group. So let me just pop that up again in case you didn't get it. Here's my group link. Hi Shadow. Pop over there and it is in the announcements. So there's a great big post about it all and there's a couple of links. One is to hello Shadow. Yes, she's come up to say hello. Hi Wendy, welcome. What was I saying? Hi Pickle, how you going? She's coming. She's taking her time. What was I saying? It is in my group, that's right, in the announcements. There is a link to a PDF version or a JPEG version, whichever, or you can just, you know, click on the image in the post and save it from there as well. So, hi Wendy, welcome. Sherry, hi, welcome. Guys, Shadow, come and say hello. Ooh, mint chocolate Lindt. I've never had mint chocolate Lindt. I have had strawberry Lindt, which was quite nice, but yeah, these are on special actually. You can get 2 big bags for the same price as 1. So I have a huge box full of them. I love chocolate. Shadow, you cannot go that way. This way. Come on. She's trying to go behind my computer now. No, she's just going to be a pain today. Alright, let's get rid of those chocolates. Has anyone ever followed a tutorial from one of Jennifer's books? From the new one or the older one? Hello Jennifer, welcome. Thank you for dropping in. Hi May, welcome. Now, Jennifer's also got a Facebook group and I've also posted the link for the images in there. So I'm going to pop that up as well. So that is done. If you would like to purchase the book, you can purchase it on Amazon and I'm just popping a link up now for that one. Okay, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready, guys. You guys ready? So yes, we've had a few say yes. Good, good, good. Sherry, hi, welcome. Okay, perfect. Mint, mint, mint. Brilliant. Okay, well there's some newbies and some oldies. Some legends. We'll call us legends. I've got all of my pencils out here, ready to go. I don't have the first book as yet, the second book as yet. I do have the first book, but each tutorial is set up on a few pages and there's little step-by-step instructions like here. And You then just grab your list of what you need and basically you just follow. So we're going to do that today, and it is probably not going to take me that long to get through the actual tutorial bit, but we'll also do our background. So we'll add a few little bits and pieces in there and make it nice. Antique but no legend. That's good. Alright, no, you're all legends. Veterans? No, that's too old. I liked legends because it's not old sounding. Oh, guys. All good. So this particular tutorial calls for a couple of markers. I've got Copic, but you don't have to use them. I'm going to say this is like a cadmium yellow, which is actually what it's called. And possibly, oh look, it's called chartreuse. So a nice bright green and a yellow green and a nice bright yellow is what we're going to need. Also, the instructions called for a, excuse me, shadow, a blender of sorts. So you could use anything, Gamsol, I've got Zest It, baby oil, which we've used before, lots of different types of things that you could use there. And look, pick a blending stub, any blending stub was second on the list. I've got a whole box full. Blending stubs, if you don't know what they are, they're like a really tightly rolled, looks a bit like a cigar shaped paper. It's just rolled to form a stick, and you use it for blending. So you can see these ones have got color on them already. I use these little sandpaper things to get rid of the color, excess color, and to resharpen them as well. So they're usually really cheap. I think I grabbed like a whole packet off eBay, was like $1.50 or something for different sizes. They're different colors, but you know, they're all the same thing. Cool. If you don't have that, you can use baby oil and a Q-tip as well. Cool, easy. Hi Dawn, welcome. Welcome to those coming in. Legend is good. Good, thanks Helen. All right. Excuse me. Had a bit of asthma. Stupid weather change. Do those fade the colors out like blending pencils? Kind of. They with a solvent you can use them to push the color out and around and soften off lines and things in pencil, which is kind of what we're going to do. We're going to use it a little bit like that. You could also, if you don't want to use something like that, you could even use marker in those sections, I would say. Same kind of thing, just a nice soft color underneath. But they're not like a colorless blender as such, like the Caran one. This actually just flattens the tooth and lays a layer of wax over the top of it. So it's a little bit different to this. Okay, so what else have I got? The recipe called for an optional neon orange gel pen, which I do not have. I only have a red paint pen or a bright yellow paint pen. So I reckon we could sort of figure something out with that. So we'll have a play with that later. Don't have an orange one. Anyway, a white gel pen. I've got a Uni-Ball. There are lots of different types of gel pens. I find the Uni-Ball is nice and thick and the colours really opaque. I've got a Caran white pencil, Luminance. All the stuff's come off it. I do have my mono eraser just in case, but I may not need that. And I've also got my Easter eggs. A snack each. Alright. Where'd you go? You're back? Where did you go? May, I missed you this morning, doll. Okay, book is purchased here for Sherry. And the image is in my group and also up in Jennifer's group. So sorry, Helen. popping my Amazon affiliate link up for you. Sorry. All right. Here we go. Here is Jennifer's group as well. Make sure you answer any questions to get into the groups too. Otherwise, admin may not let you in. Okay. I am just going to check to make sure there's no one waiting to get into the group first before I start, because I probably won't get to it until after, unless one of the other admin grabs it. Okay, great. Here we go. It's all right, Helen. I forgot to post it up this morning. All good, but it is in the description as well, and also copy this one as well, because that's another one. Thank you, my darling. Done. Okay. Hi, Nancy. Welcome. We're all legends, Connie. We all are. Hi, Teresa. Welcome. You can lurk as much as you like, my dear. Hello, amused by colour. Do I know a first name? I'm not sure. I don't think I have it on my list. Awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, so first step is I begin by using a Copic marker, Y15 cadmium yellow, to colour all of the petals a solid yellow. Let's do that first, shall we? Harry and David Easter eggs. I'm so fussy when it comes to chocolate. Nah. I like Cadbury and I like Lindt. So all of the petals. Okay, so these here are the petals. Yeah. These little fanned out bits. So we're just going to colour over those with Y15. I'm using Neenah Classic Crest Solar White paper to do this one on today. This is the 80-pound super smooth or smooth, I don't know which one it was, but one of those. I actually tested Strathmore Bristol Smooth paper yesterday with Copic markers, and it's really nice. So I was quite impressed with that, considering I haven't used it for anything else, and I've got two pads full of it. I decided that I really needed to use some, so I had to play with it yesterday. It was quite nice. Quite nice indeed. So I'm just colouring over these petals with Y15 first. So this tutorial is in the new book as well. And I'm going to be doing another tutorial from it later on in the next week or two as well. I'm going to do some leather cowboy boots. Actually, I would consider them cowgirl boots because they're nice purple coloured boots. And they look really cool. I have a thing for boots, so I figured it was fitting for me, and they're my favourite colour as well. So so next Monday, guys, I'm not streaming. It is Easter Monday, or for you guys in the US, it'll actually still be Easter Sunday. So I won't be streaming that Monday, and the following Monday that I stream is actually going to be my birthday, so that's kind of cool. Bit of fun. And guys, something really cool. My channel has like pretty much hit 4K. So big thank you to everyone for supporting and following along. I've got a colourless blender and I just went out the line. So I'm just going to push the ink back in to the petal. Because I'm blind today. I've got my glasses on. And it's early. I started early. Alright, now it says to also do the same thing, fill out the stem and the leaves with YG13. So, YG, thank you guys. I know, hi Christine, welcome. It is huge. It feels like it was only, like, it was actually only 2 months ago or 3 months ago when I was celebrating 3K, so it did jump pretty quickly. So we're using, oh, wrong end, this end. Too busy talking to you guys. YG13, and we're going to do the stems and the leaves. Yeah? Okay, well, let's do that. Take a little bit of time and try and get it nice and neat. I've been having some fun with some backgrounds, so patrons look forward to some nice images coming up with some nice backgrounds, some different background ideas. I do apologize, I was supposed to release one this weekend, but I've just been working hard to get some nice pages finished, so don't worry, you will get them. Hopefully there'll be one on Wednesday. Got a couple of new artists to introduce as well, which is exciting. It's always good. New people, May. I'm just making sure I put a nice even layer on as well. Look good, yeah? Hi Caroline, welcome Dal. Hi Melissa, welcome. Love having you all here. Yep, my Sammy's is when? 22nd. Oh, how cool. I love having, mine's the 29th. I love having my birthday near Mother's Day. We have Mother's Day here in May, so very close together. Very close together. So just filling out the stems as well. I love the bird of paradise flower. My dad's actually got one ready for me. I've got to plant it in my garden. We just finished watching our ox tongue flowers disappear. The ox tongue is a strange plant, and but it's got a really pretty flower on it. Very interesting flower. Now, what was that? Recommended for markers? What is? I'm missing things. You use copy paper? Oh, that's cool. I use Neenah for pretty much everything except water. But I quite liked the Bristol. It was okay with water-based pencils, I found too, so that was good. And markers, and I didn't really like it that much with pencil, but it was alright over the top of marker. So it's a bit of a mixed media paper. But Neenah's my favourite. There's little wild orchids down the bottom here as well. Just making sure I grab all of the little sections down the bottom here as well. So did everyone grab the image to have a go at it? I'll post up an album in the group too, so you can pop your finished ones in there also. Just remember too, if you find something like this too overwhelming, shrink it, put it on half a page of paper and have a go at it. Doesn't matter what size it is, as long as you're having a practice at it. It's been a while. I think my YG13 is actually running low because my marker tip keeps going white. So it must be getting close to the end of the line, but I'm living on the edge again, as you guys know I like to. Okay, no worries, May. I'm so sorry I missed you today. It's just so early now. Need to get up at 4 or 5 in the morning to get to you guys. I did get to catch a little bit of Charlene this morning. But daylight savings is actually better, isn't it? Because we're all closer together a little bit. I feel so far away now. There we go. How's that look? I think that's all of the... Oh wait, we've missed one just here. And I think we might make these little vines the same color. Let's do that while we're here. Round and round the mulberry bush. Looks good. May, you should get your present soon too. I hope. All right. I think the one thing that is really cool about these tutorials is that they're actually quite simple to do. They're not, you know, extremely in depth, and use quite simple steps to get a really beautiful effect. So that's a good thing. I think we'll just leave it there for now because I'm not sure what I'm going to do down here yet. So we'll move on to the next step. So we're now up to step 3. We're going to be using a blending stub, some Zest It, and what colour? Process Red. I got a new one, so because my other one was so tiny and it's so hard to hold. Naked and Afraid. What is that? Hi Deb, welcome. What is Connie, what is Naked and Afraid? Oh, no worries, Sherry, enjoy. Oh, is it a diet? Alright, it says, now I use my 994 Process Red pencil to shade in the left and right edges of the main flowers. I use a single layer with moderate pressure. Okay, so we're going to do the left and right hand side of each of these large flowers. So if actually, do you want me to zoom in a little bit? I can zoom. Hello. This is my blending stub container. I have a few. And these are considered blending stubs too, these little Q-tip things, so they're in there as well. So in the picture, it goes to about here, just before the line. It says use medium to moderate pressure. I've just done light pressure, but just done a couple of layers to thicken it up because I know my paper quite well. This is probably the better than going in firmer straight away because it's very temperamental. So I've just done a couple of layers with light pressure, and then it says to come back from the other side. So I'm just going to go here. And in the picture it goes kind of down here, probably to about there, and it actually goes across the top a fair way. Okay. To intensify and smooth the colour, dip the blending stub in the solvent and gently spread the colour towards the centre, which we're going to do now. That's very wet. Probably doesn't need to be that wet, but it's okay. I must have dipped it right in the wet spot. So let's spread that out. So what it does is it helps flatten out the tooth, which brightens the colour because you're getting rid of all the white space in between. We're just going to push the colour out towards the middle. Just repeating it on the other side there. Oh, hello. Alarm's going off. There we go. So that's all we're going to do. Yeah, I have heaps too. Very, very cheap. Okay, we're going to repeat the other one now. So doing the same thing, just colouring the end. Bird of Paradise is so pretty. It's a very unusual plant. I had the strangest dream last week actually about poppies. I love poppies, they're so pretty. And then back across this other side here and across the top. Just going to add a tiny little bit more there. And then blending it out. And depending on how much solvent you use, it's probably best just to wait a little bit for the solvent to dry off a bit as well, because it can chew into your pencils, so just be wary of that. I think that's why I quite like the baby oil, because you only use like a tiny little bit and it dries quite quickly. But this is also an oil, so I haven't used too much because it hasn't gone through. If you use too much, you'll be able to see the oil through there. Okay, so no worries, Brenda. Thanks for dropping in anyway. I appreciate it muchly. So you're looking at blending stubs. There's hundreds of different sizes, and really you can go cheap too, like because they're not yeah, it doesn't matter. I do find that some of them do break off, so you can see they're starting to get a bit of break off already, but I only usually use it for smaller areas anyway, and then by the time that happens I can just file it off. Have you guys ever seen one done? I also have just a piece of sandpaper, which also works, but to clean it off and to sharpen it, just use sandpaper. And make sure you're going in the direction the paper's going so you don't unpeel it. And it's clean. So you can do it into more of a point if you want, or you can have it a little bit fatter. And this one's falling to bits, but now it's all clean and ready for the next one. Sandpaper does the same thing. And also if you've got one of those, there's a wooden thing with sandpaper on it too that you can use. I don't know who it's by, but I've seen them before. Okay, so I'm just waiting for the colour to dry off a little bit. So, any of you planning on watching Game of Thrones? I heard that it was already out. Is that playing now? I actually haven't seen the last season yet. I've only seen the first few. I haven't had time. Alright, so let's go to the next one. Now I create... Hello, Shadow. You can sit down, please. Shadow likes sandpaper. And she likes nail files. I don't know, it's just a thing. Isn't it? I don't know why they like it. It's strange. Okay, now I want to create the base of the single violet petal, which is these little babies here. Is this one of the babies as well up here? Is that the same? Yep, cool. There's two. There's two. There's two there and one on this one. So with 1007 Imperial Violet, I use an upward motion from the base. So I'm going to assume we're going to be colouring the whole lot with this. Just like that. I've just done light pressure. And I've done 2 layers of light pressure. And over this side. You've never watched it, Pickle? It's not for everyone. I think by far the very first season was probably the most graphic. But I just love the dragons. They remind me of cats. Okay, so I'm just using the Imperial Violet just to lay down the colour. And we're going to build more on these later. And of course I just went out the lines, so I did need my mono eraser after all. Alright. Alright, with a sharp 920 light green. Well, it's not really sharp, so Froggy's coming out. Hi Sue, welcome. Hi Candy, welcome. No, Hillary, probably not. It's very violent, very graphic. Okay, now the picture is showing me here that I need to use a motion from the tip back and doing lines. So it says, hold your pencil vertically, starting just past the 994 on the outside edge, and use vertical motion towards the stem of the flower, stopping just before you hit the other edge. It doesn't say how many, it just says to do that, and it looks like it's just a couple of strokes. So looks pretty good. The light's actually quite bright, so you may not be able to see that well there. See if I can darken it a little bit. Yeah, no, let's just leave it. It's just not going to come up. Okay, so we'll do the same on the other one. So I've just lifted my pencil before I've got to the very edge. How does that look so far? Pretty good. All right. So number 7, use a sharp 1007 again, which is our Imperial Violet. I'm the same as you, Sherry. I prefer to watch the whole season all at once. Blending stubs. Here you go, Elaine. There's mine. They come in lots of different shapes and sizes. Fat and skinny, short and fat, thin and skinny, all different sizes. I got a Derwent one there. And you just sharpen them with some sandpaper. I just showed how to clean one off because some of those are already dirty. Okay, so I've got my, it's not really sharp, hang on, the very point's not there. This is really dangerous for me. Good. These sharp pencils, excuse me, are dangerous for me because I break them all the time. Okay. So, using the sharp edge, I darken the shoulder of the flower with a sharp pencil. Oh, sorry, my bad, missed a bit. I use 1007 once again, but this time to deepen the bottom edge of the flower. Okay, so this is the bottom edge here. Dangerous for me, sharp pencil. I'm going to need my brush because there's a little bit of dust there. And then on this side, we're going to do the same thing. Excuse me. I've just gone from one side in towards the middle and then from the other side. So then you're not just trying to draw a straight line, just meet it up in the middle. Okay. Okay. I darkened the shoulder of the flower with a sharp, what color is this one again? 994 Processed Red. And then I add a Feather Light Flick. Okay, we'll do this bit first. So we want to darken the edge or the shoulder. So to do that, we've got a stroke across the top. Just like that. And there's a stroke that comes up in a bit of a triangle from the very bottom up here. Just like that. And also around the edge there. And it's really smooth because of the solvent that we used there. Okay, so we'll repeat that on this side. So we've just done a bit of a triangle shape up there, and then a darker edge. Yeah. They all are, Hillary. They're all about the same. I think the first season was probably the worst though. I'm just erasing my boo-boos. I tend to do that. Okay, now I've done that, it says a few feather-like flicks of both colours horizontally into the mint green from the outside edge. Okay, so coming from this one, just doing a few flicks out. That was my door alarm going off there. And then coming back this side, a couple as well. In towards the green, yes. Okay, and we'll do the top one as well. If you find that it is easier to turn it, rotate it so you can flick better, do that. And then back from this side. Oh, see, dangerous. Very dangerous. All right. I think I have a few more on the top one. Let's just add another one there. Then it says to do the same with the other colour. So I've got the violet again and just a couple of flicks out. I hope I've got the right idea here. That was my garage door opening and closing. Okay, starting to look really good. Starting to build up now. I gotta turn the page. So now they look good. Yeah, good. Yeah, no, it's pretty full on. You just figured out what I'm doing, Maya? I'm following a tutorial. Don't you know? All right, we're going to do some of the yellow flowers now. Yep. I'm just checking that I've done everything. So next I use a gel pen to cover up the black lines around the petals. And there's a little bit here that says, did you know? So I'm just going to read the did you know section. This colouring book, I think at the moment US it's $19.95. It hasn't come out in the Australian store, but you can still order it from Amazon US and they'll deliver it to here. But obviously it was like, I think it ended up being like about $30 American, including postage, for good postage anyway. You're wondering what I'm reading. I'm reading the instructions from the book. And I've just posted the link. Okay, so I'm going to do yellow. Let's do white gel pen. We need to cover up the lines. So we're going to do that right now. The Uni-Ball pen is amazing. Oh, the Did You Know section. I'll read that to you as well. It says, if you're erasing black line art from an inkjet printed PDF page, the black ink may smear into the white gel pen and turn it grey. One way to prevent this from happening is to use a waxy white pencil over those lines before the gel pen. The black ink then is sealed in. Another cool way to use gel pens is if coloured pencil color is not looking as bright enough for you, add a few bursts of neon gel pen on the top and it will add an extra oomph. Well, I don't have any neon ones, but I understand the concept. So yeah, let's just keep going. Quite often, especially with the Uni-Ball, the coloured ink, so if you put Uni-Ball marker gel pen over a pink, especially Prisma, it will bleed through, so it's always best to add a little bit of white or something underneath it first to stop that. And that's the same concept that Jennifer's saying about the black lines. You can also go over gel pen with Copic marker too. So, or a highlighter even. As long as you're careful and the gel pen is dry. So that's all I'm doing. Chocolate distracted you? Ah, chocolate. I haven't had any yet. I should. Let's go for white chocolate. I probably shouldn't because I've got a bit of asthma and it tends to make it worse sometimes. So gone. I went for white chocolate because it won't show up on my page if I smudge my page. I'm not sure, Hillary. I'm not sure what the price will be here in Australia. Sometimes it's not cheaper. Sometimes you're still better off getting stuff from the US. I always check both conversions first to make sure. The only thing with waiting for the Australian US is that if you've got other things that you want to order as well, you can get free postage, obviously over $50 I think it is here. I actually brought a whole heap of jelly roll pens from US Amazon. It was cheaper to buy 3 packets from there than buy a packet from here. It's ridiculous. Almost done. Beautiful. The other alternative is that you could print this in a lighter color too, and give yourself lighter colored lines to cover. I also have an app, and I can change the color of lines too. Okay, last petal. Here I was thinking this was going to be quick. Well, perhaps I was wrong. Alright, petals are covered. There's a couple of little areas that I could still see black. Just gently doing a second layer on those parts. If you're not careful though, you'll take off the other layer. Okay, I'm happy with that. I mean, like what? Jelly roll? Oh, I don't have any others. I just have white. Oh, is that a brand? Ah, yeah. Toothpicks are good for that. Okay, now sharp orange 918, and it's sharp. I'm going to hold it. It says vertically, but I'll just move my paper. Draw grooves in the petals, starting from the bottom up, and lessen the pressure towards the tip. So we're just gonna go let me just read this here first. What does this say? Yep, no, we'll do that first. So just coming up from the bottom. It doesn't say how many, but I'm just going to use a picture as a guide. Yeah, there's one in here too. You see me do that okay? It was harder to do that one because there's a flower in the way. Part of the flower in the way. Okay, do these ones as well. there's not much room on that one to do much, so I hope I'm doing this right. You can get the Jelly Roll pens off Amazon Australia, and you can get the Uni-Ball white gel pens from Officeworks in Australia as well, and the art shop have them both. The Uni-Ball is probably one of my most used ones, but I do use the smaller Jelly Rolls. There's three sizes. I don't have the biggest one because I've got that one in anyway, but this one's a 0.5 mil tip and this one's a 0.3 mil tip, or 0.3 mil and 0.5 mil. So number 5 and number 8. I was a bit confused. I'm like, well, why don't they put a 0.3 and a 0.5 on them so you know that's the size of the nib? But anyway, they don't. Let's do this one. I'm assuming they're just like guidelines for now. Then I add a few flicks of, okay, it says permanent red, but it's, okay, Jennifer, are you still there? It says to do 922 permanent red, but 922 is poppy red. 122 is permanent red. I'm going to assume that either would be okay. But I'm going to use permanent red because that's what it says. Alright, I'm just going to sharpen it. I don't know. We've got to make our own decisions sometimes. I'm going to go with permanent red. And, okay, to make a few lines and convex ridges stand out. So, and then I deepen the inside edges of the concave petals. So do we know what concave and convex means? So concave, like that, and convex like that. Yeah, we'll call them moons. Moon. Okay, so yeah, brush. It's scratching away some of my white gel pen there, but that's okay. I guess we're going to go around the shape of the other petals as well, just to add in a little bit of depth behind those. Sure I can. Don't put that much pressure on me. I'm almost certain I could, actually. There's a little bit more of a shadow behind this one, so I'm gonna have to redo that line. It's coming off. We'll do it later. We'll have to do that later. Here's one I prepared earlier. No, not really. It's all live, guys. So we've added some shape now by adding those curved lines in there. See? Yes, we see. Okay, doing the next one. Yes, this is a bird of paradise. I was just saying my dad's actually got some for me. He's potted them in a pot for me to plant in my yard. I do like them. These kind of flowers grow really well here in Australia because they're kind of succulent plants. They don't need a lot of water. We have yuccas that grow like weeds here as well. Just making sure I put a little bit of a shadow behind each one of those as well, just so that we can see they're overlapping each other. I don't think it would matter if you used poppy red or the permanent red. I think they both would come out very, very similar too. Looking good. Oh, really, Hillary? We've got them in our front yard actually. And we've got them all through the backyard. Okay, now we've done that. Alright, I need to take a quick break before I continue on. I really need to go to the loo. Potty break. So I will be back in a moment. Okay, quick stop and a drink. Okay, so I'm back now. What is next? We're up to number 11. Use 1007 to complete the violet petal. So it's saying that we need to have a light edge and a dark edge. Deepening the bottom section and the top plane. So I'm going to go use the picture as a bit of a guide. The bottom section is, say, here. Keeping the top section lighter. And then the deep plane is actually inside here. So it kind of dips in. And it's lighter on the edge. Just like that. I'm just going to make this little section darker on the bottom there as well. Cool. Magical bee, Maya. Oh dear. Alright, and we're going to repeat the same on the other ones. So we've got a bit of a dip here. We want to do that darker at the top so it looks like it's dipping inwards. And leaving a lighter edge there as well. And the same on this side. Well, surely I can turn my paper in the right direction that way maybe. So kind of giving it a little bit of a shadow on the stem section and then making sure we have a dip in to make a nice darker section there. Looking good. Looking good. Okay, I still feel like that I need just now. I'm just going to do my own adjustment. I don't think I've done these green sections quite dark enough. Just going to go in. Redo those. You might not need to do that, so okay, I've done that. I'm up to step 12. One more time with a sharp 994, sorry, which was the process, right? We want to really etch in the details and create eye-catching emphasis. So we want to create some depth to, it's not quite sharpen up. Let me sharpen that up again. Raining, it's nice here. A little bit chilly where I am in my house, but it's nice down here. So we want to really deepen up some of these grooves. And deepen up the colour and get nice and rich. So these are kind of like little ridges in the flower. And I'm just going to deepen up with the Imperial Violet again as well. Brushing that off. Some of these I'm actually going to go right through as well. Join them up a little bit. Cool. Oh, bumping stuff here. Just deepening up some of these areas in the back here as well. Just going to use a little bit of the Imperial Violet there too. Kind of making it, putting my own special details in now because we're getting to the end. So I'm going to repeat that on the top here. There looks like in the image there might be a little bit of orange in here too, so I'm just going to put a tiny little bit across the top of this flower here, just like that, just to add that little bit of something in there. Please do your own thing. Have a play. I'm quite happy with that. I think this area down here needs a little bit of purple. And this is how we learn, by putting our own little thing in it, making it our own. Done. Happy with that one. That one's looking quite good. Moving on to the other one, I'm kind of going to repeat the same steps. So starting with pink, I'm just going to increase that. This is a process red. I want to bring some of them right across like I did with the other one. And now the Imperial Violet. It is, that's right. Just the little things that you put into it and the little things that you do that are extra make it. I remember doing an image once and I finished it off with a whole heap of little like white sparkles all over, and it made the picture. If I hadn't have done that, it wouldn't have looked as good. So those little details are important. This is why you need a sharp pencil too, so you're getting nice straight lines, not fuzzy lines. You want them to be nice and skinny. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of that red across the top again. We good? I think we're good. Now, there's a couple of things. I just want to go back over some of those areas that I scribbled over by accident. And scratched off. And I'm going to actually use, I think I might just use a bright orange Copic marker over the top of that. I'm going to do a test first to see which one I need. There's just a couple of areas where I actually just scratched off with the pencil. I just wanted to go back over that again and neaten it up a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit of scrap gel pen and let that dry for a second. And let's move on to the leaves. Looking good. Okay. Now I want to use my white Luminance pencil to create some white bands spanning the length of the leaf using an up and down motion. Alright, so in the image it's marked out 2 spots. So this area across the top and also this area through the middle. So I'm just going to mark it out first. And then she's just got up and down motion, meaning up and down, like I'm doing here. And then again down here. We're kind of creating a really nice highlight section. Makes the leaf look curled. And it kind of blends into the one spot there. Same with down here. Shadow's snoring. It's so funny. She's dreaming. Okay, so we've created our nice little highlight section there. Well, this image is available in the group for 48 hours, so if you want to have a practice with this one, give it a go. What is wrong with you? Just having a little bit of a spastic here. Let's do the same on this one, maybe up here. And down the middle. Kind of curving it a little bit so that it looks bent. Same up and down motion. So some great tips in here. Okay. Then it says, below each of the white bands, I do the same as step 13, only using straight lines with a sharp 907, which is peacock green. I'll also add a long vertical stroke to the core shadow to all of the cylindrical stems as well. So that's these ones here. So adding a core shadow down here. Oh, this color is so pretty. I'm coming close to the very edge of the line, but not going right on it. We want to leave a tiny little bit of a light gap there, like a, what do they call it? Reflected light gap. It took me a minute then. So leaving a little bit of reflected light on the very edge of the stem will help to make it look a little bit more oval or curved as well. Okay. Just going to do another layer so it's nice and dark. I think it could probably be a little bit thicker on this side. Oh, blemish in my paper. I hate that. It's part of the leaf now. Part of the stem. I'm going to repeat the same step. On this side. Don't forget any cast shadows here too. So here leaning over the stem is actually a flower. So I'm just going to put a little bit of a cast shadow there as well. The great thing about using marker as a base too is if you do go too close or you haven't quite done it right, you can erase because you've got your marker underneath. Oh, thank you. I don't think I have an accent. I don't hear it. I really don't. Okay, so there's also this one that comes underneath. We want to make sure we grab that too, so I'm just going to do the same thing. I might need to sharpen my pencil a little bit. It's starting to knot. not to be sharp anymore. Squeaky chair. Shadows can be tricky. And you don't necessarily colour them the way that they actually are either. It's really hard for us to tell exactly where light source is coming from anyway. Now I want to stay as close to the edge as I can, but as we come up here and around the corner, it's going to get skinnier. Just going to do my best to keep it close until I get to these really skinny parts up here, and then I'll just do it all dark. Just a nice thin line through there. We've got our little cast shadows down the bottom here. Fair bit of that is going to be covered over. Okay. Now we want to do the same thing we've done here, but with the green. So coming on the top, I did think we'd have time for the background, but I don't think we're going to have time for the background. But you guys can do your own thing and fill it in. I was just going to do a jungle theme, which is also something that's in the book. Just creating your own backgrounds. Just going to go and put some vines and some leaves and things there. So coming in the middle. Like that. That's the idea anyway. I think I need to go a little bit darker though now that I've marked it in. So just going over the top of it again to deepen it slightly. Da, 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 da. Maya. Very impressive. I did 2 Copic marker images yesterday and I managed to get Copic ink everywhere and have almost all of my Copic colours out on my desk. There wasn't much room left for me to actually colour. So because we've got our base underneath, any areas that we miss doesn't really matter too much. I'm just going to put a few messier, darker lines so it's not quite so uniform. It's good. Bit of texture. And then we've got our white gel pen. I'm going to flick that. Flick, where are we? There we go. And just create some nice rough texture lines through here for some shininess. Ah, maybe not. White gel pen's having a spastic. Give me a sec. Let's see if I can get it to work. If you ever have trouble with gel pens, a little bit of alcohol, rubbing alcohol. I'm just going to use Colourless Blender, which is the same thing for Copic Colourless Blender. And just going to drip a little bit onto a cotton pad and just rub my pencil over it and it gets it started again. See that? See? Sometimes wax can get stuck in the bowl and stop it from rolling. Especially the jelly roll pens. I find the Sakura jelly roll ones get blocked a lot because the nibs are so tiny and the little balls get caught easily. You good? Good night, Helen. I'm nearly finished up. We've got about 20 minutes, but by the time I finish this leaf and the rest of the lines, I think we're going to be close to finishing up. Now, I did do a little scribble of the white gel pen just here on this page, and I just wanted to grab a really bright orange colored because I don't have this might be a little bit too bright. Oh, that'll be right. Just gone over some white pen to see how that would come out. So I'm just going to go over the white gel pen section. Or you could use a highlighter, whatever you want. Or a coloured gel pen. I'm new to the whole like coloured glitter things and stickles and all that sort of thing because They don't usually scan up under my scanner, so I just don't bother using them. I ended up using Y04 over the gel pen. Use what you have. How's that? Oh, there's my garage door again. Someone's leaving or coming. School holidays here in Australia. Except for my eldest, uni doesn't have holidays. Except for actual public holidays. And she had a whole month off in February, so... But so happy I moved my studio down here, this end of the house, because I wouldn't be able to do lives while holidays were going. They're just so noisy, coming and going all the time. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I love them being social and getting out and about. I did go over the edges a little bit around that, but it doesn't really matter too much because it's dark anyway. It's fine. There we go. Finished off those bits. And now the other leaf. I always get that, you know. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? Done that bit. Green. Hiding. I should have that down. Gel pens, yeah. So this is the Peacock Green 907. Just going in vertical lines, sort of scribbling. You have a big delay there, Maya. I think here you could adapt this a little bit, and you could actually do smooth color all along here too if you wanted to. Don't necessarily have to do squiggly lines like that. Alright, now I'm going to try to do this bottom section. I might need to sharpen that again a little bit, just to get that point going. Big delay. Have you made sure that the little live button is red too on the video? Hey Becky. A reflection kind of night. I have that a lot. And some white gel pen. To make the final highlights. So Christine, we have a collab coming up soon. Well, a colour along. That will be fun. Looking forward to that. Well, I think we're done. Jennifer, what do you think? Did I do it justice? Ta-da! Okay, now I just cleaning off my white gel pen again because it went all gunky. Want to do these like grassy type parts. I'm going to go across the bottom. And just add some texture, just doing diagonal lines there, depth down in here, and I missed a little bit of marker section there, but I'm just doing little flicks up. Like a little blade of grass, I guess. So big thank you to Jennifer for allowing us to do this one live. It's a lot of fun. Oh good, thank you. Tell him thank you. I think in the background, as I was saying, I was just going to do, in the book there's also a little section about backgrounds and things, but I'm just going to do my own little jungle theme, I guess, and just do like some, I don't know, vines in the background and some colour. Just, you know, let's do some wiggly little vines. I'll just grab some markers maybe and do them with those. And I might just colour the background like green, pale green or something, and do some like leaves and grass up from the bottom here. I'm just gonna play around and make it my own. But yeah, it looks awesome. I'm going to pop a link up for the book again. The images will be, this image will be available for 48 hours, and then I'll be removing it. So grab it while you can. And the video will stay up, so if you didn't get to watch it all today, you can go back and watch it later. It will have to process, so sometimes that can take an hour or so to process before it's all caught up and you can watch it properly. Otherwise it kind of starts halfway through the process. Just going to deepen up that line there, that groove. Thanks, guys. Actually, I think I could do some, like, I've got some really light green pan pastels. I could do pans in the background and then do lines and stuff over it. And maybe some, you know, some leaves or something in here as well. That kind of thing. But yeah, lots of fun. But I'm going to let you guys go because we have already spent this long here. It was a great tutorial to follow. I'm looking forward to doing the purple boots, Jennifer. So I'll show you guys that in a speed coloring later on. It's going to be good. And I think I'll do these like maroons, maybe some of those colors in there down here as well. Sounds good to me. So guys, I will see you again on Friday for week 3 of the Christine Caran image. And I will talk to you all then. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good evening, afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you again so much, Jennifer, for this beautiful image. Thank you to my mods, and thank you all for watching. Don't forget to click the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. 4,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. And I will see you in the next video, guys. Thanks, guys.